So take yourself into a nice, comfortable seated position, and as I said, place yourself on a cushion, on blocks, whatever works for you so that you can be comfortable. Because in response to emails and messages I have had, I am going to be doing another grounding class, a class for people who who are struggling to, with everything that's going on. So we're going to come and start in a class that's based around our root chakra today. When people ask me where the root chakra is, it's just basically right at the bottom of your torso, right at the bottom of your spine. And if you have a balance there, then you feel more grounded and you feel more stable. And if you can, through yoga practice, create a stillness there, and it gives you a place to go from to deal with things that is happening in the world today. So just take a moment, sitting in comfortable cross-legged with your hands gently resting on your knees or in your lap. We're going to begin to think about our breathing. So you can have your eyes closed, and we're going to be breathing in through our nose and breathing out through the nose. Breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to start to engage what we call Mula Bandha, which is a lock that we do in Ashtanga yoga, in various forms of yoga. As you inhale, you're going to draw up on the pelvic floor, the perineum area. And as you exhale, draw your belly button towards your spine. Inhale, keeping that lock drawing up. Exhale, draw your belly button towards your spine. Continue to work within this breathing pattern, trying to, as much as you can, maintaining the lock at Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, the perineum, which begins to engage your thought process into grounding down towards the earth. And then taking a moment to observe the physical within the body. Relax around your jaw, your face, your eyes, your shoulders. And just allowing yourself to focus on your breath. Observing the points of contact that your body has with the floor and the ground. And really slowing that breath down. If you want to think about a colour for the root chakra is red. And then I'd like you to inhale and open your eyes. So bearing in mind that we're trying to be grounded, this class will be based a lot more on lying down at the beginning. So I'd like you to, if you're sitting on a cushion, you might need to take it away from underneath you, and then make sure you have your strap somewhere nearby so that you'll be able to reach it when we move forward. So to begin with, I'd like you to lie down on your back and just take a moment to lie down on your mat and just feel those sensations around you. And just observe where your back is at this moment. You may have a little dip in the centre. And just be aware of that sensation. Just allow your shoulders to completely sink down into that space. And once you have observed yourself here for a moment, I'd like you to inhale and raise your arms up above your head, pointing through your fingers and maybe stretching through your toes. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back down by your sides and just draw your toes towards you. Inhale to stretch your arms up, point through your fingers, point through your toes. And as you exhale, bring your hands down and flex your feet. On your next inhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. Just focus on the sacrum area around the lower part of the body and just see what this action brings. You can circle the knees one way and then the other. Then releasing your hands down on either side of your hips. Bring your knees slightly further away. And as you bring your knees slightly further away, you'll begin to feel an engagement, hopefully coming around your tummy muscles. Holding that engagement, just dip one toe towards the floor and then bring that foot back in. And then dip the other toe towards the floor and come back in. And this is bringing your thoughts really down into your lower body. Really taking your time to think about the sacrum area and your lower abs. Doing the last one on your left leg and then bringing your legs back to your central position and then hug your knees in just to relax the lower back. Then I'd like you to place your left foot on the floor. Extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Having your hands down by your sides, just warm through your ankle. Mine's clicking, as you know it often clicks. Changing direction. And then begin to pump the legs, so drop the heel to the buttock as you exhale and inhale, extend up. Warming into the back of that leg. You can repeat this slowly or quickly, whichever is working for you. Just stretching. As the leg is extended, flex your toes towards you and you'll feel it coming back down into the lower ankle a little bit more. And then placing that foot on the floor, extend your left leg up towards the ceiling and again warm through that ankle. And then we're going to pump this leg too, so dropping the heel to the buttock, inhale to extend and repeating, keep on stretching through the back of your leg. Wherever you are is good. If you can extend to here, that's fine. If you want to go a little bit further over the head, a little bit more, just to feel it working for you. Good. Placing that foot back down on the floor. Now you need to get your strap. And we're going to extend our right leg up towards the ceiling, making sure your upper body's nice and relaxed. So what we're doing here is we're opening the channels of the legs. So when we talk about the root chakra, we see the legs as the roots coming off of the root chakra. So we're opening up the channels of our legs here. You can hold the position here, just stretching into the back of that leg and breathe. Don't go too far to begin with. So I know some of you are super flexible and you can get that leg further over, but just holding it in this position, just literally almost draining the leg down. And if you feel you want a bigger stretch, you can just drop your left leg so your left leg is straight as well. Wherever you are, just holding that position. Think about engaging at Mula Bandha, really thinking about down at that root lock. And then taking the strap in your right hand, drop that leg out to the side. You don't have to turn your head. This is more about opening into the legs today, not so much about twisting. So just allowing your right leg to drop out to the side. And breathing here. Think about drawing in the perineum, the pelvic floor. As you inhale, come back to center. Take the strap with your left hand and drop that leg all the way over. So your right leg is coming all the way over to the left. Try to keep both shoulders engaged onto the floor. You can have straight arms out or cactus arms, whatever space allows. I know some of you are real struggling to space at this time. And then as you inhale, come back to center. And this is your opportunity, if you're super flexible and you feel that you're warmed up enough, to take the leg as far over the top of your head as you feel works for you. Just working within your own space and your own body. You can put a little bit more effort into the stretch here now. And then everybody just bend the leg and releasing the strap, and you can place your right foot down on the floor, extending your left leg up towards the ceiling with your strap. And again, you don't have to have your hands too high up, you can just have the shoulders nice and relaxed. We're just going to hold this position, again, almost like you're draining the leg, clearing the channels of the legs. Whilst you're nice and relaxed here, think about drawing in Mula Bandha, drawing in Uddiyana Bandha, creating the root lock. Making sure your breath is slow and steady. And if you wish, you can drop your right leg so it's straight along the mat. Whatever works for you. And then taking the strap in your left hand, dropping that leg out to the side, and just holding a very relaxed side stretch on the leg here. As you inhale, bring your leg back to center. Take the strap in your right hand and drop yourself all the way over, bringing that right foot over towards the floor, keeping your left shoulder on the mat. So you don't have to come too far over. You can just go where it feels comfortable for you. As you inhale, come back to center. And again, as I said before, just draw that leg over your head as far as you can. within reason, feeling a nice stretch, working with a flexed foot. As you exhale, bend the knee, release, and place your strap over to one side and hug your knees in towards your chest. So staying with working on the roots of our root chakra, we're going to work on a strengthening exercise within the legs here. So placing your hands on either side of your hips, feet flat on the floor. And as you inhale, just roll yourself up into your bridge, pressing into the shoulders and the soles of the feet. As you exhale, lower yourself back down, tailbone down, touching. Inhale to press yourself up into your bridge. As you exhale, lower yourself all the way down. One more inhale to lift up. And you can either stay with your hands on either side, or you can take your hands underneath you, rocking your shoulders in, clasping your hands underneath your bottom. Don't let your knees splay out. Try to keep your knees in a nice alignment. And just resting and breathing here. As you exhale, lower yourself down, extending your legs out. And we're going to roll over onto our tummies here. So we're going to begin with a Shalavasana. So again, we're working down into that root lock, working to the base of the spine. You can have your hands underneath your head in a pillow, underneath your forehead. Or just bring your hands down by your sides with your forehead on the floor, whichever works for you. And we're just going to press our pelvis into the floor and raise our right leg just off the floor with the leg completely straight. So your heel is lifting, you're pointing through your toes, and your pelvis is on the floor. Holding the position, working down, right down into the lower part of your back. As you exhale, release, press that pelvis back down, engaging the pelvis, and then raise your left leg up and off the mat. And then once you've raised the leg, just make sure you're pressing that pelvis back down. You'll find one side's always different to the other, and breathe. As you exhale, release. Bring your hands on either side of your face and just press yourself up into a cobra. So if you want to work into the arms a little bit more, keep a little bend in your arms. Keep your elbows tight towards your body and just pressing up through. As you exhale, lower yourself back down. Bring your hands on either side of your shoulders and come into your tabletop position. Checking in on your tabletop. So your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. And as you inhale, lower your spine, turn your gaze up. As you exhale, dome through your shoulder blades, chin to chest. Inhale to lower and look up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to your neutral, tuck your toes under and press back into your downward dog with bent legs to begin with, and just walking your dog. Alternate heels down towards the mat. I must admit, it's nice to have a mat that isn't slipping all over the place today. And then press both heels down. Just holding your downward dog. Give your head a little shake. Make sure there's no tension in the neck. And just whilst you're holding the downward dog, if you need to rest, you can come into tabletop. If you're holding your downward dog, just think about that lock. Drawing in on the pelvic floor, the perineum, just drawing in, concentrating on that rooting area. As you exhale, bend your knees, turn your gaze between your hands, and just walk your feet gently to the front of the mat, bending your knees, and take hold of your elbows for your ragdoll. And just forward fold, relaxing in to that back. You'll feel, if your knees are bent, you'll feel it coming here, all across here, all at the lower part of your torso, coming right in to the sacrum area. Just allow yourself to hang, and then if it works for you and you want to, straighten one leg and then the other, and staying in a place where you find you can just relax your hands down and maybe turn your palms up. So you're allowing yourself to just completely relax in to your forward fold. And then bend your knees again slightly and slowly roll yourself all the way up to standing. So in Tadasana, to begin with, we're going to spend a little bit of time grounding into our feet today. So take a moment. You can do this with your eyes closed. You can do this whilst looking at me. I want you to rock your feet, thinking about every part of your feet, the heels, the sides, maybe rolling in, maybe rolling out. See how much you can open your toes. Some people are amazing, wiggly toes. Whatever works for you, but bring your thoughts into your feet. And taking that moment just to ground yourself down. So we worked a lot on opening up the root channels, so that we can then engage and withdraw up all that energy from the earth beneath us. And then I'd like you to step your feet. So if you're on your mat facing your narrow end of your mat, step your feet so your feet are on the edges of your mat. And take your hands onto your waist. And as you inhale, just arch your back here. And as you exhale, draw your tummy muscles in and fold yourself forward. If you can get your hand all the way down to the floor, place your hand down onto the floor. If not, you can just take a block or a book and place your hand on your block or your book. So bringing your hands to the centre of the floor, I'm placing my right hand down to begin with. I'm going to raise my left arm up. And then bending my right knee, coming into that twist. So my hand is grounding down. As you exhale, look down towards your right hand, straighten your right leg, changing sides, left hand underneath the centre of your head, and then raising your right arm up, and then twisting, bending that left knee, just a little bit, just to twist even more. As you exhale, bringing your hand back down towards the mat. And just with your legs still wide, bending your knees if you need to, just fold forward here, strengthening into the legs, strengthening into the backs of the legs. And then bending your knees again, coming all the way up to standing. So we're going to do just one salute to the sun, get our body moving, standing in Tadasana, drawing up on Mula Bandha, turning your palms so that your shoulders are gently dropping together. As you inhale, raise your arms up and look at your thumbs. As you exhale, swan dive forward, tucking your head in. Inhale, fingertips to look up, flat back. Bend your knees, hands flat, step back to your plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest all the way to the mat, release your toes. Inhaling cobra. Exhale to lower. Tuck your toes under, inhale, press back to your downward facing dog. Adjusting your downward facing dog and breathe. Remember the lock. Slow and steady breath. If you can't do a slow and steady breath, then perhaps come down onto your knees and just rest for a moment. As you exhale, bend your knees. As you inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, looking up with straight legs. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up, hands together. Exhaling, hands in front of your heart. This time, as you inhale, bring your hands down by your sides and inhale and bend your knees and come up into Utkatasana. So Utkatasana, sitting on a chair, some of you can do this loads lower than me. You're going to go as far as works for you, that you can feel yourself really working in the position. Draw your shoulder blades back down your back. Try not to hunch up, just draw them down. Turning your gaze up towards your fingertips. Holding Utkatasana and breathe. Keep thinking about drawing up on Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor. Drawing the belly button in. As you exhale, bringing your hands into your prayer position, maybe go a little bit lower. Take your right hand onto your right thigh and cross your left elbow over, bringing your hands into prayer position whilst keeping your knees bent. As you exhale, unravel, left hand onto left thigh, right elbow over and coming into your prayer position the other way. Turning to gaze up over your left shoulder. As you exhale, look down, unravel, placing both hands on the floor and step yourself back into your high plank position. Two options here, either lower your knees and your chest or lower your body down, Chaturanga, inhaling upward dog or cobra. Exhale to lower back down and then inhale, press yourself back up into your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, raise your right leg all the way up. As you exhale, bend your right knee, hug it in towards your chest. Inhale to extend. Exhale, hug the knee in. Inhale to extend. And this time, stepping your right foot to your right hand, dropping your left knee down towards the mat, coming into your lunge. Taking your time, if it takes you a little bit to bring the hand, to hold the foot, to bring it forward, do so. As you inhale, look up. as you exhale, straight leg forward fold. Inhale to look up. Exhale, straight leg forward fold. Inhale to look up. Exhale, straight leg forward fold. Inhale to look up. Exhale, straight leg forward fold. This time as you inhale, come just halfway, tuck your back toes under to raise your left leg and slide your right foot back next to your left, coming into high plank. Exhale, lower your knees and your chest, or lower your body, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Exhaling to lower, and inhale, press back up into your downward facing dog. Adjusting downward dog and breathe. If you need to rest, come down onto your knees. You can come into child's pose. And you can go to the next position from tabletop as well, so don't feel you have to stay in downward dog. On your next inhale, raise your left leg all the way up. As you exhale, hug your knee in towards your chest. Inhale to extend. Exhale to hug the knee in. Inhale to extend. And this time as you exhale, step your left foot through, your right knee goes down towards the mat. Inhale to look up. Exhale, straight leg forward fold. Inhale to look up. Exhale, straight leg forward fold. Inhale to look up. Exhale. Inhale and exhale, engaging those locks. Inhale to come forward, placing your hands on the floor. Tuck your right toes under to lift that back knee and step back to your plank. Lowering your knees, lower your chest all the way down, or chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Exhale to lower, tuck your toes under, inhale, press back to your downward facing dog. Adjusting your downward dog and breathe. Try to relax the breath. If you need to come into child's pose to rest, please do. As you exhale, bend your knees, turn your gaze between your hands, and as you inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, looking up with straight legs. Exhaling, forward fold, and we're coming into Utkatasana, so bend your knees and sweep your arms up and come into your chair pose again. As you inhale, come up, and as you exhale, release. Well done. Stepping your left leg out, coming into our goddess squat. I know we did this the other day, but it's a really good pose for grounding. And we're just going to hold goddess squat today. So check your toes are turned out slightly, and then bringing your arms up into your goddess pose. And again, I will keep repeating it, thinking about Mula Bandha. If you want to go lower, go as low as works for you. Think about the alignment of your arms. As you inhale, straighten, and as you exhale, come back to centre. Give your legs a little shake. So we're coming into a balance. We did this the other day. You might want to step off your mat. You might be fine on your mat. Depends on what surface you've got underneath your mat. Place your weight into your left leg and bring your right knee up towards you. You can take your hand onto your hip. If you know you can do this extended, where you take hold of the toe and extend the leg out, then please have a go. If you want to hold on to a wall, then you can do that. Wherever you are, just find a spot and breathe. You all know that my balance isn't the best, so if I fall out, you'll probably do better than me. And then as you exhale, take your leg out to the side and just holding that position there and breathe. As you inhale, come back to centre, both hands to the waist, extend the leg, and then release your right foot back down to the floor. Take a moment, changing legs, bringing your right hand onto your hip, bring your left knee in, hold and breathe. Try to smile, try not to frown, bring your leg out to the side. Bring the leg back to centre, both hands on the waist, extend, and then come back and release. Well done. So we're just going to come back down onto the mat now. So you can just come to a seated position here. But this next position is hero pose. If you know hero pose and you know you can go into it, what you're going to do is you're going to sit. Some people have to sit on something to get your grounding here. So I find that I can go a little way down. So you've got your heels on the outside of your hips. I'll do it this way and then I'll show you the other way. And those of you that come to my classes a lot know that I'm not really very good at lying back. Some people love this pose and when they lie back, but it is a grounding pose. It is to really bring your thoughts into your base of your spine. So sitting in your hero pose, with a cushion or without, depending on your flexibility. If you get any trouble with your knees, please just come out of it and wait for the next pose. And then if you are in any position to lie back, I'm going to move the cushion because it actually hinders me more than anything. Then you're going to lie yourself back. Now some people lie flat back and completely lying on the floor. But that's not me, but that might be you. So if you're in that position, just hold and breathe. And then wherever you are, if you've got lying completely flat, bring yourself back up onto your hands, bring yourself back up to your sitting position and just sit on your mat. So come into sort of cross-legged and we're going to do rock the baby. So you're going to take your right leg, place it in the crook of your left elbow and bring your right arm around the outside and just rocking here. I'm beginning to slow down again now, so most of the rest of the positions will be seated. If you need to wrap up a little bit if you're feeling cold, it's time to put your jumpers on if you want to. And then allowing that leg to release back down. Go for the other leg, so bring your left leg up. One side will always feel different to the other. Taking that foot in to the crook of your elbow and rocking. If you can't get this far and you can just go here, just holding the foot, that's absolutely fine too. We're just bringing our thoughts into the base of our spine. as you exhale, release. Turning so that you're on your mat if you've changed position, extending your legs out in front of you. We're going to do Janushirshasana first, so bringing your right foot to the inside of your left leg. Your left toes are flexing up towards you. If you need to, you can use your strap or your belt. As you inhale, extending yourself up, stretching into your ribs. And as you exhale, forward fold to wherever you can go. And if you have your strap, place your strap around the ball of your foot and try not to pull too far down. Just gently allow yourself to find your place. If you have your foot and you're comfortable holding your foot, bend your elbows out to the side, opening across your shoulder blades. Engage your lock at your pelvic floor, drawing up on the perineum, the pelvic floor. As you inhale, turn your gaze up from whichever place you are. As you exhale, release. Take a moment rebalancing, extending your right leg, draw your left leg in. If you need to pad underneath your knee to feel more comfortable, place padding under your knee. Inhale to extend up, creating the space. And as you exhale, forward fold, dropping yourself forward, opening across your shoulder blades, using your strap if you need to. As you inhale, turn your gaze back towards your toes. As you exhale, release, rebalance, and then extending both legs out. So this is our final posture before we lie down for relaxation. You can have your legs close together if it feels better for you, having them slightly apart and doing a much more relaxed forward fold. That's completely fine too. As you inhale, extend yourself up. Draw those tummy muscles in, drawing up on Mula Bandha, pelvic floor, the perineum, and as you exhale, forward fold, taking yourself to a place, using your strap if it feels better for you, holding the strap on the ball of the feet. Wherever you are, just draw yourself down. Inhale to turn your gaze up. Exhale to release. And you can bend your knees. Find yourself in the center of your mat and just roll yourself back down onto your back and hug your knees in towards your chest. Circling your knees again to re-engage back. See how the lower back is feeling. Changing direction. And then for Shavasana, if it works for you and is suitable, bring the soles of the feet together and allow your knees to drop out to the side. If that doesn't feel right, you can bring your knees together and your feet to the edges of your mat and relax here. And if you just want to lie on your back in Shavasana, then just lie with your feet to the edges of your mat, your palms turned up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. And bringing your thoughts completely inside your body. And as you begin to switch yourself off, as your breath slows down, Just repeating in your mind, I am grounded and secure. I am grounded and secure. Keep repeating those whilst you're lying on your back in Shavasana. Observing how the relaxation can flow from your brow, through your eyes, through your face, through your jaw, through your throat and your shoulders, through your chest and your tummy, your back and your spine, down your arms, through your fingers, the whole body relaxing through Muladhara, the root chakra. I feel grounded and secure. If you wish, you can stay. If you have the time and the space to stay in Shavasana, then please do. If you wish to finish the practice with me, on your next inhale, stretch your arms up above your head and point through your fingers and point through your toes. And exhale, relax. Inhale, drawing your knees in towards your chest. And as always, take that moment of gratitude for the opportunity to practice today. And then as you exhale, drop down onto your right hand side. And just resting there for a moment. And then press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Either bringing your hands in prayer position in front of your heart or resting the backs of your hands onto your knees. If you have your hands in prayer position, just give a little bit of pressure, feeling the energy between your hands. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Deep breath in and a slow breath out. May you feel grounded. May you feel safe. May you be healthy. May you always be enough. Namaste.